Good morning everyone, and welcome to my second video diary of the farm. So as you can see, I'm out on the old battle axe this morning and we're mowing the verges of the field after harvest. Yes, we're in the third week of September now and we've just managed to start our harvest. Our rape harvest was something to forget. As you know from the pilot one that I did, first episode that I did, that it was raining when I took you around the garage and the machinery sheds and different things like that. It was raining hard. The rain persisted for another probably day or so, on and off, and eventually a week later the sun has come out. We're currently nearly 9 o'clock in the morning and it's 28 degrees already. It's very hot out there. It's very hot in here because this tractor doesn't have air conditioning. So I'm baking away here, but as I say, I'm getting getting busy with cutting the verges of the margins of the field. So we do this mainly to eliminate the chance of ryegrass spreading into our fields, as well as blackgrass as well. As you know, blackgrass is a massive pain for farmers all over the country, and so therefore we like to cut the two breeds or two widths of the mower head. And what we do is we cut two breeds, as I say, and then that hopefully chops up the blackgrass, and it also chops up the ryegrass as well. Yes, the seeds probably do get blown into the field at some point, probably at some point this week. We are going to be drilling this field. These three rape fields are going to become mustard. We've got George in the field with us at the moment. He's on the mulcher. So we, as I mentioned as well in the first episode, the mulcher was new. It's something new that we've been doing, that we're starting to do on the farm, and what we're hoping to achieve by that is we're putting organic matter back into the soil, and hopefully replenishing, only a very small percentage of the matter that we take out of the ground when we farm and harvest and it grows the crops. So that's something that we've started to do this year, as I say. And then we'll have Reuben a bit later on. He's away on another job at the moment, so during the rape harvest, the combine, funnily enough, I think it must have heard me say to you guys that we were thinking about replacing it. It's had a problem for the last sort of 2 seasons or so, where George, I think it was either George or Reuben, hit a telegraph pole with the auger and bent it very near to the housing where it attaches onto the combine, and in there is a couple of bearings, and ever since we've had those bearings replaced and the auger replaced as well, for whatever reason it unloads really, really slowly. And in this field, which is the first field of rape that we did, the unloading auger again sort of stopped unloading. Basically, it was just trickling out, and it was just trickling out of the spout, and we got that fixed, or so we thought. And then we had more problems with the concave and the drum, and it's just an endless battle with that combine. It has been for the last 2 seasons that we've had it. So we are really considering replacing our combine, but they're not cheap, and it's also a case of, well, where do you go with replacing the combine? Do you stick with Massey Ferguson? We've had New Holland in the past. The Massey Ferguson that we've got now replaced the New Holland that we had. We had a TX66. That Massey Ferguson is slightly bigger than a TX66. in terms of cut width, and also what the grain tank can hold as well. But as I say, we you know we've sort of had nothing but problems with it, and you know that is not good, because as I said in the last episode as well, you know, we're looking to increase our acreage, and you know, in increasing your acreage, you know obviously need to have a reliable machines and kit, and at the moment that combine is not reliable for us. So, but we'll just get up here, and then I'll pull over, and then we'll now I've got a so George and Ruben don't want to appear on camera, or they want to appear on camera as least as possible, which makes it awkward when you're filming the machinery they're driving. But so they don't want to say too much. But this is the job that the mulcher leaves, and as I say, then we'll come in this field. So we are on a 3-year plough scheme. So this field, the rape field, and the other rape field all need ploughing after mulching. So we get to plough this matter back into the soil. We won't plough all that deep really, and it's a toss-up of whether we plough it or whether we subsoil it with the Simba Solo. I'm not too sure which way to go yet. It's a case of, at the moment, the weather is saying that you know, we're going to be fine now for the next couple of weeks, which is good because, you know, we have, apart from this rape field and one at the back of the farm that we did that I told you about, you know, we've harvested basically 4 fields, and we now need a consistent dry period. You know, we've got all of our mustard to harvest, wheat, oats, beans, peas. You know, we're about 6 weeks behind where we should be. So we usually hope to get the rape and the mustard off in July. The wheats, the barleys, and the oats, well, the winter barley usually comes off in July as well. And then moving into August, we've got our wheats, our spring barleys, our beans, our peas, and usually by this time in September we're, you know, a good way into potato harvest. But you know, that's going to be really pushed back this year. But yeah, so this is George, and the machine basically just going through and cuts the stubble, and just, you know, mulches it down into the soil again, and then the rake behind you know, just levels it off and takes away any piles of trash. But you've got your little cutter knives there on the front. We'll have a little small ride with George. As I say, George doesn't want to be on camera, so we'll just look at the back of the machine, and it's doing a good job. As I say, it's first time that we're using it, and that we've ever done anything like this on the farm, and it's going very well. This Challenger is managing this very comfortably. We like to use the crawlers. Just stop here, George. I want to get out. Thank you. We like to use the crawlers on the field rather than the wheel tractors if we can. We are trying to massively reduce compaction, and yeah, so we you know, we have, as you know, we have the 2 Challengers. We have the bigger Challenger and that Challenger, although it's bigger in size, that one, but it's not too much bigger than that one in engine capacity. But the other one does have a bit better pull-in capacity as well. But yeah, so that's a quick update of what we're doing. I'm going to get on with this, and then hopefully a bit later on today, at some point, we're going to start harvest, and you can join me when we do that. But for now, I'm going to sign off, because I've got, as I say, I've got these margins to cut, ready for George as he moves along. Hopefully we should get these 3 fields done before we start combining today. It is still a little bit wet, the mustard, and Coleman's are very particular on the moisture in terms of the mustard seed that they take. So we'll take it there, and then it will get tipped there, and usually within a week or so it will then be brought back to the farm, and we'll clean it and store it, and then they'll take it as and when they require it. But as I say, that's enough for the update at the moment, and I'll join you again when we're doing something else. Right, so I'm out here at the moment. Change of job now. We're off the old battle axe and we're on to one of the newer Massey Fergusons. This one being the 7726S, and I've got the front Coon mower on the front, Crone mower on the front. I do apologise. And I'm out cutting gateways. So harvest is looking like it's going to be a go over either much later today, this afternoon, or tomorrow. But as you can see, the oats are ready and ripening, and they're good to go really. It's a nice clean field, this one. We've done a lot of work, and we had some foreign students in around sort of late June, early July, that came and picked out any ryegrass and blackgrass that was growing through the crop, and they've done a fantastic job because it looks very, very clean now. And I kneel into the bottom of the crop, and I can't see too much in the way of green down there. There's a little bit of green there that I can see, but nothing too bad. I'll just pull that bit out. But yeah, so I'm cutting the gateways. Reuben and George. So George is still out on the mulcher, which I think I showed you a little bit earlier when I was on the battle axe cutting the field verges. And Reuben has now got the Challenger and the Simba Solo going in the same field. So they're now busy with that, and that's getting that ready for drilling, which will be again over more than likely, because I want to give it a day just drying. So probably tomorrow, if not towards the end of the week, that we'll get that done. But I've got some drone footage that I've taken of Reuben and George in the field. So while I get on with cutting these gateways out and just getting things tidied up and ready for harvest, I'll play that, and I'll see you at some other time today when I'm doing something else, hopefully interesting. But bye for now. So I'm still out cutting the entrances to the fields, but I just wanted to show you this to try and give you some sort of idea about how far behind harvest we are at the moment. We're in a field of winter barley here. Now this should have gone in July. Uh, we're not sure of the loss in these. We've got a field that side and then a field beyond the next one to this one, and we're not sure of the loss. Now what happens with barley is, as you're probably aware, is that it kind of sort of curves over a bit like we can see here. If I get down a bit better, you might see it a bit better. So it curves over like that, and what tends to happen is that once it gets past a certain point in its sort of dying off stage, is those curves and those ears will start to bend right over like a hook, and eventually they'll just snap off, and then of course they go onto the floor, and then the combine can't pick them up. We have noticed there are sections of this field now that are starting to go over, and we're starting to get drop and losses on the floor. So I just wanted to kind of show you that to give you some sort of idea. As I say, we're about 6 weeks behind at the moment, where we should be. So this barley field is going to be or the barley fields are going to be one of the first crops to go once we can get going. And then over where we were just a little while ago, where I did the bit before the when I introduced the mower, behind those sheds there is our mustard fields, and they also need to be off as well. So we're really behind. You know, the thing is with the barley, we're losing it. You know, we're losing, you know, maybe 1 or 2% every day. I don't know. You know, I'm not sure what the losses are at the moment. So it is still a bit damp. It's about 16.5% moisture at the moment. So it is still a bit damp, but it is coming down quite quickly. So do I take the risk and let it dry completely so that we can just put it straight through our new system that will basically clean it, take all the chaff and everything out of it, just make it a pure sample, and then we'll put it into one of the stores and store it then until we sell it? Or do we say, actually what we'll do is we will harvest it now and we will dry it, and then we'll clean it, and then we'll store it, or maybe even sell it? You know, it's a bit of a quandary, because if I can get the sun to dry it and we don't get no more rain, and you know, nothing sort of terrible happens, then you know, I'm inclined to let the sun do it, because it saves on electricity, it saves, you know, drying, it saves all of that. But at the same time, I am very conscious and aware that what is a relatively valuable crop to us, because we do grow quite a bit of barley, yeah, you know, it's getting to the point where I'm maybe going to have to spend some money on drying it, rather than sort of losing more of it, where I'm going to lose the money altogether. At least if I get it combined, I'm not losing anymore, and all I've got to do is dry it. You know, so that's the kind of you know, where I'm at with the barley at the moment, or where we're at with the barley at the moment. We really don't know what the best thing to do is at the moment. You know, the sun is up in the sky, it's nice and warm, it's hot today, it's 32 degrees currently at the moment, so it is hot today. So, you know, maybe give it a few hours, maybe this evening, we might be able to go for a little bit. I mean, if it comes to it that we have to go overnight, we'll have to go overnight if we can get it in, but we need to get this barley or these 3 fields of barley off the ground. I have been ringing around. I'm trying to see whether I can get anyone to come and give us a hand. The biggest problem that I've got is, obviously everyone is in the same boat as us, and one suggestion that has been made is, why don't ourselves and the people that own Wold and South Dalton Park, why don't we club together 3 combines in the field and literally just blitz this area as you know, as quickly as we can? It's It's not a bad idea. My biggest problem with that idea is that while I'm combining their crops, I'm not combining my crops, and the weather could turn again, and I'm not too keen on that. I need, something. So we have had a word with Massey Ferguson, the dealers at Co. We've not too far from here. There's also a New Holland dealership, and there is also a little further away is Class, and we could get some John Deeres in as well, but they would have to come on a low loader because they are further away. But we are desperately ringing around trying to get hold of at least one more combine if we can. But again, because everybody's in the same boat that we're in, people are, have already sort of kind of achieved, securing a combine. So, but anyway, just thought I'd give you a quick update and tell you about the barley. So as you can see, we've got the combine out. Dad has intervened and made the decision for me very much easier, and now he's trying to run me over in the combine, which is not very nice of him. But yeah, he has stepped in and basically said to me that if we left it, and we would probably lose more, but we won't lose anything by drying it. So he has overridden my decision to leave it in the field and let the sun do the work of electricity, and he has decided that he's going to harvest. So Dad is on the combine. We have a temporary worker. So Dad has a friend, Ray, who comes and helps us out when and if we're busy and if we need it. So Ray's on the tractor. I haven't told Ray about YouTube yet, so I'm not going to go too near just in case. And then we've got this tractor and trailer here. So when Ray isn't in the field, the combine will empty into that tractor and trailer, and thus Ray will drive both tractors and trailers to and from the yard. But yeah, so Dad took the decision out of my hands and stepped in and said, I'm going to have to make a decision here for you. He had asked me why I decided to do it the way I had. I explained to him the reasons why I was leaving it, and he said if it hadn't have been so late in the year, he may well have gone along with my decision, but because it was so late in the year, we couldn't risk losing any more of the barley. As I said to you earlier earlier on when I was talking to you today, the ears, they are bending over now. They are starting to drop and break just because they're getting too heavy for the crop to hold. So as I say, he's made that decision to come in, and he's jumped on the combine and doing the combining, and as I say, Ray's doing the tractor and trailer in with the other tractor and trailer as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd update you. It's about 4:30 now in the evening, 5 o'clock, something like that, 4:30. I don't wear my watch for work, so I'm guessing at the time, I'm sure it's about 4:30. But yeah, so the Massey Ferguson that I was out on earlier, that was with the front mower, that's now come off the front mower and has gone onto a tractor and trailer, and the other Massey Ferguson is on the other tractor and trailer. George and Ruben are still busy. George is now in the second field. Ruben is still in that main field, in the first field that we were doing. So he's getting on with that. The reason that I've not jumped onto the combine is because we are hoping that Ruben can get far enough in front, or even get that field done today, and then I can get on to Dad will then come off the combine, Ruben will go onto the combine, I will then go onto the Challenger, and I'll either carry on soloing what Ruben's doing now, or I will put the drill on and we'll start to get some crops in. Ideally, I would like to get all 3 fields done, so that I can just go straight in and just blitz and drill all 3 fields. Because once I get up and running and going, it isn't going to take me long. However, you know, I need the land to be cleared. Yeah, so that's the way it is at the moment. What I'll do is I'll run back to the truck, I'll throw the drone up in the air, and we'll get a little bit of drone footage, and then, as I say, we must get on. But I'll see you in a second when I throw the drone up in the air. Hello, I'm back. Right, I promise I'm not going to take up any more of your time. And I hope you've enjoyed this first video, but I just wanted to show you what happened when the trailer came back from the field and where it gets tipped, and then a little bit about the silo, although I might leave that till next time because we can maybe do it in more depth, but I just kind of wanted to show you from field to farm. So the grain gets tipped into there. It gets sucked up by the auger in that casing there, and then it will come out at the top. So out at the top there in those pipes, it can either get distributed straight into this silo or straight into the main silos. This silo is the dryer, so this will be drying the barley as it comes in. It will read the moisture and it will be drying, and then once the moisture in that silo has reached its temperature, it will then transfer it over to whichever bin it sees fit. But I just wanted to show you that, just so that you got to see that in action. But I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and as I said at the end of the last one, I think I have to say something along the lines of tick and subscribe or something like that, and all that good stuff. Yeah, we'll see you next time when harvest will be fully in swing, hopefully, and George and Ruben hopefully won't be too far from getting those rape fields turned over, so that we can actually get in there with the drill. So yeah, see you next time. Thanks very much for watching.